Hi, and welcome back to the Weekly Unfold with me, Ramat Tijani. This week on the Weekly Unfold, I am breaking down simple asks, the importance of consistency, even if you don't get it right. Still keep being consistent, people. And also the importance of building foundations. So let's get into it. This week's ask was pretty simple, but it goes to show if you don't ask, you don't get. I was talking to a friend about something that I've been trying to get on the list for. I'm not going to give you details, you don't need that information. But something I've been trying to get on the list for. And he casually was like, oh, I know someone who works there. Let me put you in touch or give him your details and maybe he can refer you. Two twos. He's put me in contact with the person and they're going to refer me. And hopefully it gets me high on the list. I don't know. But if you don't ask, you don't get. So that was my ask. And it's also a really good reminder that sometimes it's connections that get you into certain spaces or open certain doors. So yeah, don't be afraid to tell people what you're trying to get on the list for. They may well be able to have the connection to help you get further up the list or even top of the list. Who knows? Fingers crossed. I might keep you posted. I might not. When it comes to failures, I failed to post on LinkedIn. It's really simple. I had been relatively consistently posting on a Friday. I was doing this feel good Friday thing, and it was really good. It was a good way to kind of build a muscle of just posting. And then something happened a few months ago which made me kind of stop posting altogether. Yeah, we won't go into that here. I'll maybe talk about it one day. But I stopped posting on LinkedIn altogether for about 2.5, 3 months. And now I'm back. I'm like, fudge that, I'm gonna do it. So that's all well and good, but having this consistent Friday thing is something that has been super helpful. And Friday gone, I didn't post. And it wasn't any reason in particular, but I just didn't have anything feel good in the moment that I wanted to talk about. So I think there's something about recognizing that consistency is good and consistency is often needed, but grace is also important. And so give yourself grace, people. I'm giving myself grace because I didn't post and no one died as a result of me not posting. So it's okay to say I'm gonna not post on that Friday, and we'll see. I think the trick is not to miss it too many times because then you kind of lose that muscle and that kind of remembering just how to do things. So yeah, that's it. That was my failure, but I give myself grace because I deserve it. Your voice matters even when it shakes. I had a moment this week where I had to voice my opinion and my perspective on something that I knew a majority of the people in the room would, one, not necessarily understand, and two, not necessarily agree with. And yet, because it truly mattered to me and to people who I knew were not in the room, but their voices needed to be heard, I said it anyway. My voice wavered, not gonna lie. My voice even shook a little bit, not even gonna lie. Yet I still stood my ground and still said it. And it was just a really good reminder that if something matters to you, you don't have to, but I encourage you to say it, even with the shake in your voice. Because if it matters to you, then it's important. So yeah, here's to saying what's on your mind or on your heart, even when your voice shakes. I did it, you can do it too. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared shitless, but that's by the by. We did it. We did it, people. Build the foundations before the storm. And life is gonna happen. Life is gonna life, whether we like it or not. And That means we are going to have to ride the ups as they come, but also the downs. And for me, I think it's been so important, and I'm so proud of past Ramat for putting in systems that means that current Ramat and future Ramat can fall with some sort of support, whether that has been therapy, whether that's been coaching, whether that's been solo travel, whether that's been solo dates, whether that's been whatever system it is. I've built these systems in place and I've used them consistently enough that whenever I fall, it feels like I'm falling on softer ground as opposed to a really hard fall. And that's not to say I won't fall. Best believe I have been falling, even this year. And yet the fall hasn't felt as hard because I have these different systems in place. And so it's just a great reminder that if you put the systems in place when the storm hits, as it inevitably will, you will land a little softer than if you hadn't put the systems in place at all. And those systems will be different for everyone, right? So yeah, just a reminder and lesson, I guess, that has proven very true. And I was talking about it with my coach actually this week about how important it has been for me to have her as a coach and know that like I've got this consistent piece so that it's not when a madness happens that I'm suddenly like scrabbling, like, what do I do? Where do I get help? How do I actually? I've got some of the tools in place, whether those tools are tools that my therapist has taught me, or tools that my coach has given me, or tools that I've learned from being in community in certain coaching circles, whatever it might be. Those tools have set me up for success. Even as I have been shaken and been thrown around in the thunderstorms that life ultimately will throw at you. So yeah, that's that lesson and reminder. Loved ones walking me off of mental edges. I got really upset this week about something that was completely out of my control and proceeded to forget that it was out of my control. And loved ones brought me back to my center. So super thankful for them. Our brain likes to over everything sometimes, and I'm just like, stop overthinking things. Stop over catastrophizing things. That's not always the thing, you know. So yeah, just lots of thanks and gratitude to loved ones who pulled me over the edge this week. I appreciate you. Community. Community has been being in community has been beautiful this last week. Give me a second. I'm really hot. I have been on two. How am I going to do this? Give me a sec. I have been on two calls with like groups this week. And being on those calls has been an absolute goldmine of joy. It's been beautiful to kind of like have everyone pour into each other, no questions asked, just pure hype being poured in. And it's just beautiful to see that sort of gathering and that sort of love. Pure gold. So I've been super thankful for that. Yeah, I call myself a chief encouragement officer, and I'm all about encouraging other people. Love it in that space of the world, but also love it when I see others doing it for others. It does something. I love it. So yeah, there's that. Being in community and just celebrating others. It's been beautiful to see this week. A bit of a random one, but like I downloaded a nutrition app because I'm trying to kind of like make sure that I'm eating well. And I don't know, these things be lying to you. Be like, oh, this is like super healthy. And you look at it, you look at the back and you look at ingredients and you're like, this is just basically all sugar. This is not healthy for you. So I've been using a nutrition app which kind of breaks down what's in different things. And it's been really insightful. really insightful. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that's been really good. Excuse me, I'm really hot. Give me a sec. Super malt for the win. And nutritionally good for you, I think. But no, it's been good to kind of like have that app and kind of being able to see kind of a bit of what I am doing when it comes to eating and not guessing everything, because my guesswork is suspect. I'll admit it. So yeah, bit random, but yeah, been super grateful for that this last week. It's been really insightful. Right, let's get on to what I'm looking forward to for next week. So looking forward into week 30 of 52. I forgot how many weeks there are in a year. I think there's something about, I said earlier, like I'm super thankful to past Ramat for doing the things that she did to set future Ramat up and current Ramat up. And I want to look into that a bit more. Like, what else, if anything, can I do to help solidify some of the foundations that I have that mean that, like I said, when shit hits the fan or we're going through this wild storm that life happens to throw at you, I can navigate with some ease, or like my fall isn't as heavy. So yeah, I think I want to spend next week kind of diving into that a little bit more, kind of like thinking about what things I have in place to support me, and to continue pouring into me, which then ultimately allows me to pour into others because my cup is so full. So yeah, that's it really. That's what I'm going to do next week. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks for engaging. If you have engaged, if you haven't engaged, the like button is somewhere, subscribe button is somewhere. Click. Thank you. And as always, stay out of trouble unless it's good trouble, in which case go wild. All right, until next time. Deuces.